Hi, it's Mel here from Wakefully Nutrition. I'm going to talk portion sizes with you. I get asked quite regularly for direction, guidance and support because it's kind of difficult, isn't it, to judge or pitch what a typical, normal, healthy, acceptable portion looks like. And this is because our portion sizes have significantly increased over the last couple of decades. You just think now in terms of when we go out to eat, the range of portion sizes, particularly in sort of coffee places, sandwich bars, fast food eateries, everything seems to have got ridiculously big. And part of this, I think, is in terms of meeting the consumer demand. We love to get value for our money, don't we? So the idea of going out, spending X amount on, a meal and coming home stuffed is kind of a goal for many people. And I know that's a goal for my husband. So we like to feel that we've been fed well for our buck. So whatever it is what we're seeing outside when we eat, we kind of tend to bring that into the home. It becomes more normal. And then, of course, much of our crockery and cutlery has got bigger. And of course, if you're going to plate up a meal, a big plate, and you've got a tiny bit in the middle, it kind of looks like, well, that's not going to fill me up. That's not going to satisfy me, because we get quite distorted views of what is actually going to fill us up. So there's a couple of things that I can give you tips wise around this. If we'd like some guidance, a really good way to sort of check in is to use our hands. In part, dead easy because we've all got them. They're on the end of the arms. You're not going to lose them anywhere. And generally they're quite in proportion and relative to your body. Unless you're my husband with shovel hands. I've got quite big hands. Or unfortunately you're somebody with tiny hands, which an ex-boyfriend did have, and it's quite funny. Anyway, so what we can look at, fist, okay? The size of your fist is a good guide for carbohydrates, starchy food like potatoes and pasta and rice, for example. Okay, so starchy foods. The palm of your hand is great for protein. So chicken, fish. It gets more tricky when we're looking at more plant-based sources of protein, but say it's a rough guide in terms of what fits on the palm of your hand. We're also looking at the sort of snack sizes. So in the cup of your hand is good for things like dried fruits and nuts, so sultanas and various snacky foods like that. If you've got lighter, low density foods like popcorn and pretzels and things, then generally the consideration is 2 palm sizes is equivalent to a fair portion. Then we get to higher fat foods. So the idea being that your thumb, the size of your thumb, is equivalent to a portion of, let's say, cheese, a higher fat food. So you'd be sort of between 30 and 50 grams. And then the top half of your thumb would be certainly around your thumbnail and down to the joint would be things like butter, mayonnaise, oils and that sort of thing. So it's a rough guide. But other things that you can do, I guess, would be looking at using smaller plates, because our plates at home are massive. So you could look at using a smaller plate because it kind of deceives the eye into thinking that you've got more than you think you have. And there's some sort of theory into looking at blue plates, because blue is an appetite suppressant. You could use bigger cutlery. But I am a massive fan in my line of work of being able to tap in to your body so that you can listen to your body's own internal hunger and satiety cues. So this is where I teach the skills of intuitive eating, because so many of us are distracted. There's all this white noise going on in the background that many of us are multitasking when we're trying to eat, and we are completely oblivious and tuned out to the signals, the little whispers to start with, but then as our body gets a little bit more impatient, our body will start yelling at us in terms of we're going to be starting to feel very hungry, getting that hangry primal hunger stage where you don't really care what you eat and then you tend to overeat. So it brings in the skills of mindfulness. So if I'm going to cop out at all where I do sit on the fence, it's really difficult for me to say that's the right portion for you, that's the right portion for you, because you are all very different and I don't know how hungry you are. But hopefully the hands tool will give you some degree of a baseline. But of course it is about learning to listen to your body and allow your body to speak to you. So if you want to talk to me about how you do that in intuitive eating, just put a comment in the box below. But I hope that's been helpful. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.